I hear this all the time. Men say women are difficult and, oh, she's too much. That's her reacting to unresolved issues. Us as men, we deal with problems and situations different. We may let it go and move on. Women don't. She's gonna hold on to it and she's gonna keep on bringing it up until it is resolved. And that still means that she still loves you and she still cares. Because you see, the moment she goes quiet, she's mentally gone.
Meeting girls at the bar, red flag. Meeting girls at the club, bright red umbrella. Approaching girls at the gym, it's awkward. You know where you need to go? You need to get some of your boys together and take a trip to a country music festival in the middle in nowhere, Alabama, somewhere in the country, fields, okay? You still get that fun, open, walk around, party energy, but you will find some hidden gem country girls that are good, like haven't left their hometown. They're just in the East Bumble. There happens to be a country artist that they like performing, so they go. And please don't share this video with anybody because I can't have this secret getting out to too many people. I'm on to something here.
What do you wish more women knew about how men operated?
There's 10,000 times more going on inside the head of a man than you have any idea. He's carrying burdens that you don't have a clue about, and he don't know how to express them, and he don't know what to do about it. And he figures if he puts it out there and communicates it, he's just going to be shot down, called a fool, called weak. So he carries it inside, and you have no clue the burdens and that most men are carrying inside and not even showing you. In the night, I wish more women understood that.
I think a lot of modern women are so short-sighted that they don't really understand that the person who they are, who they're proud of, is actually going to hold them back. And I know you like the spirit. You know, I fought through this and I've gone through that, and it made me who the person that I am today. And so they feel like in a lot of situations, in a lot of cases, well, you know, I had to fight through some stuff to build myself up to this person. And men will appreciate that about me. And so they'll say, oh yeah, she's a fighter, I love her. But that's not the way it goes, because that fight and that disrespect turns to him. There's nothing wrong with you challenging and trying to help him out, but a lot of times modern women are downright disrespectful.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, like, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But then they'll look at a guy who's, like, working 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his best, and she'll look at him and be like, that's broke boy energy. No, that's hubby energy, actually. That's husband material, actually. I feel like as women, we have such a, like, strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that, like, men are human beings.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
5 things I wish I knew when I was dating for marriage from someone who didn't get it right the first time. Keep in mind, someone can be a good person, but not a good match for you. If you're talking to a guy for marriage and feel the need to hide something about him from your friends and family, red flag for yourself. Deep down, you know that thing is not right and don't want your family to catch on. This may be because you really like him and want to protect his image and don't want to be talked out of it. Don't tell a man exactly what you're looking for. Instead, let him show you who he is. Telling someone exactly what you want is giving them a play-by-play on who to be in order to impress you. If someone wants you badly enough, they consciously or subconsciously make themselves fit the mold. The little things you convince yourself you can deal with will always become big things after marriage. If he's showing you habits or character that don't align with your core values, don't try to make it fit by telling yourself it isn't a big deal. Yes, it is. Actions speak louder than words. This guy is repeatedly showing behavior behaviors that are indicative of his true character, but when you address your concerns with him, he always has these well-crafted responses to talk his way out of it. Stop giving him that opportunity and literally just trust your eyes, girl. Most importantly, it is imperative that we do inner work before even thinking about a relationship. A man will only love you to the extent you love yourself. We embrace the love we believe matches our value. You need to know you're the prize. Don't look for a partner to make you happy. Build so much joy within yourself that you want to share it with others, including your future husband. Bonus point, always trust your intuition. If Allah is sending you signs through intuition or dreams, don't ignore them. Let me know if you'd like to see a part 2.
A lot of these men know that a woman will get online and say, I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man, but then be having him in the other room while hollering and screaming all this stuff, he paying the bills, but then still be online getting validation and attention from other dudes in a DM.
Ladies, I need you to get it together right now. When these men pull some psychological trick on you and they disappear all of a sudden, you don't get more obsessed with them. You don't let your brain do that. You get more distant. You go out. If Brad is playing games with you on Monday, then by Friday, I need you out with Steven. Girls, these guys who have made no commitment to you are not your husband and they are not your child. You do not treat them with kid gloves. You are ruthless. You're ruthless about protecting your heart, and you're ruthless about making sure he behaves and he knows who the you are. Y'all give your heart over to someone who you're literally just crushing on. He's not protecting you. He's not providing for you. He's literally doing nothing except you've made him some object of affection. You give your heart over to him and then you think you owe him certain things. Like you can't go out with another guy if he starts misbehaving. You're not even in a commitment with him. Stop it. Protect your heart better.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Stephanie. I'm from Victoria. Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm from Victoria, BC, born and raised, and I'm 38 years old.
What is the kind of relationship dynamic you're currently looking for?
Not what I had, which is why I've been single for the last 2 years, which has been amazing. But truly what I'm looking for is someone that is self-aware, that is really passionate about what they have going on in their life, that has big goals, big dreams, big vision for their life, who loves to travel, loves kids. I'm a mom. I have an 8-year-old son, so that's obviously really, really important. And just has like a love of life and who never wants to stop working on themselves.
So what do you do for a living?
I am in network marketing, so I have an Arbonne business.
And outside of work, what are your hobbies?
Love to travel. You'll find me traveling basically every single month. I love to hike, go for walks along the water. Quite busy with baseball season.
Yeah, fair.
When I'm doing mom life here. But other than that, I like to work out, just hang out with friends.
So what would be your ideal first date?
Probably a really nice dinner and then a walk around town, maybe grab some dessert, either like an ice cream or a chocolate lava cake.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think it's funny because modern women, they want a man to lead, but then they don't want him to lead. Like they want him to provide, but don't be the sole provider. You know what I mean? Like it gets real confusing because you're never really ever sure exactly what they want. And so if men have to like continue to like try to guess what you want, how is that appealing? You could be out here giving somebody your money and they'd be like, so what is it that you actually want? I would love to do business with you, but what is it that you're actually looking for? And I think that's what most men struggle with. They don't actually know what a woman wants. These modern women. It used to be that you can get a read on what they're looking for, but nowadays it's a little bit more
about dating. Where are the good men, Vishen?
It's easy to find good men. The way dating is structured in the world today, there's so much awful skepticism, and so people often don't give each other a chance. Go on lots of dates.
Yeah.
I know it's painful, but go on lots of dates. Let me explain why. So I have a friend. She was feeling lonely after her divorce, and she decided to give herself a challenge. She was going to go on 3 dates a week for 10 weeks.
Ooh.
That's 30 dates.
30.
I tell her, did you meet anyone? And she goes, no. I met a lot of interesting friends.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people who bored the heck out of me. Sometimes I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway because that was my commitment. After 10 weeks, I'd not found any guy who really lit me up. But then 2 weeks later, I met a guy and he was everything I wanted. And we've now been married for 10 years.
How?
So she explained this to me. When you put in the effort, when you tell the universe, I'm prepared to identify what I want and what I don't want, you're narrowing your band of desires. Most people, I believe, are not finding the right person because they don't know what they want. When you commit to going on these dates and you're understanding what I like, what I don't like, oh, he did that and that's freaking sexy. Oh, he did that and I don't want to have that. You narrow down your decisions. You become clearer and clearer and clearer on what you want. And at the same time, you're telling yourself, look, men are abundant.
Yes.
I'm going to hold my value, but men are abundant. And I believe that's why she met the man of her dreams. The point is, go on a lot of dates. I know it's going to be crazy, but it's a form of training. You are understanding what you want, but you're also giving commitment to the universe that you're willing to go out there and do the research and be open to someone stepping in.
When you police everything a man does, whether it's his following or what he does, how he lives, he sees that as, okay, this is not gonna stop here. Because let's be real here, a woman typically doesn't say to a man, hey, can you unfollow this one person because of this, this, and this? I mean, really, the reality is, if you were asking something that small, typically most men would be willing to consider it. But it never stops there. All of a sudden, you're expected to cut people off that you've known for 10, 20 years. And deep down, he knows that. And then the relationship becomes like almost you're his supervisor and he's your subordinate. Then you also complain on another front that your man doesn't lead. A man knows he can't have a peaceful relationship with a woman like that. If you're incredibly insecure, I suggest you work on it. And I mean, a lot of us have been there. It's fine. It's not I don't know. It's something that can be changed, but instead, if you sit there and act like, oh, this is normal, we need to normalize this. No, you need to work on yourself. And if you need a reassurance from a man, just ask for it. Hey, I'm feeling a little insecure, babe, because of blank, blank, blank. Can you give me some reassurance? Holy cow. I think a lot of men would love to hear that, because then they can just address it head on and be done with it.
A lot of modern women you'll find are really, unfortunately for them, undisciplined, very undisciplined. Say, for instance, she might, or he might have some friends. He keeps some friends, you know, hey, let's go do this, let's do it, you know, let's hang out, right? And I don't invite her because we're just friends. Hey, we're just going out to hang out. It's just me and the boys going to chill out, right? We ain't gonna do nothing crazy. We're just gonna chill out. Oh, well, you're not gonna, where are you going? And you gotta answer all those questions. But when it comes time for you to go on a girls trip and you don't invite him, and he says, you know, you never really invite me either. What are you guys doing? We ain't really doing anything. You know, I need my space, boundaries. You know, I gotta have some sort of bodily autonomy and all that other stuff. So it's okay for you to quote unquote get your space and go on multiple girls' nights. But if that man, even God forbid, that man goes over another man's house, have a beer and play some games, God forbid, these brothers have some fun without you. God forbid.
That whole Latina feisty shit, like, tell them to get out of here with that, bro. Here's the thing with Latina girls. Latina girls are good, but it's like hit or miss, bro. And you got to put them in their place immediately. Like, none of this, like, back talk and loudness. You can't, like, tolerate that with them. They think it's like, it's okay to be feisty. Shut the up. No, it's not. No, it's not. You got to, like, nip that in the butt immediately when you date them. Because you guys got to understand, too, that how you enter the relationship is kind of how the relationship's going to go. If you come in like and you let them like walk all over you or be feisty or talk back to you or be loud or whatever, like it's going to come back to bite you later on. It's going to be a nightmare later on. So don't allow that. Don't allow or enable that. Like that whole Latina feisty shit, like tell them to get the out of here with that, bro.
You are destroying your life and everything you done built by chasing after and obsessing after a woman who don't want to be with you no more. And I know this because I done it myself. A couple years ago, I was in a relationship with a woman. I was at the top of the world. I had a good business going for myself. I had started making 5 figures a month. I was, man, up until the relationship ended, and it forced me in the same position that a lot of you guys is in right now. I was begging, I was pleading, I was asking her 100 million questions on why she don't want to be with me no more, why did the relationship go left. She kept giving me the answers when the simple reason was she just didn't want to be with me no more because she thought that she can go out there and find better. So what did I do? Obsess, chase, couldn't let go, was making fake pages, was trying to see what the she was doing, and I was so concerned what she was doing that my went from $10,000 to $15,000 a month all the way down to zero in a very short time because I couldn't focus on what I was doing and I was watching her live her best life. She going out there having fun, doing living her life, becoming a better person. And I sat there stuck as worrying about what she was doing when I should have been worrying about myself. And I don't want you guys to make that same mistake, fellas. Don't let this breakup, don't let this divorce, don't let a woman not wanting to be with you no more destroy everything that you done worked hard on, everything you done worked hard for, fellas. Don't be like I was. Don't be a soft, begging, pleading, and chasing after somebody who keeps showing you that they feel as though they can have a better life without you in it, fellas. Have some self-respect for yourself and do not destroy everything that you done worked hard for.
You know, you have a lot of these modern women that keep on asking, is chivalry dead? You know, where's all the chivalrous men? Well, I think the part that a lot of modern women keep on dancing around is that a lot of men are still traditional. And, you know, obviously you update for the current generation. Some things we don't do. We don't dress like we used to dress. We don't talk like we used to talk. We don't read. We don't do a lot of things like we used to do. But there are still gentlemen out there. It's just that a lot of times modern women don't know how to accept or treat or handle a man that has traditional values, and they honestly and truly run them off.
I do not feel like partners, couples, relationships should move in together until you're married, because what is the point? Why would you buy the cow if you get the milk for free? I don't think that you should leave a person if you're not in love with her, but if you've never been in love with her, then maybe you shouldn't be with that person. What love really does is it exposes you, all of you, the beautiful parts, the ugly parts, the treacherous parts, the raggedy parts. You really ain't worth parts. Relationships are all give and take. It's trial and error. You find what works and you keep doing more of that. A lot of men have learned to lie because women have enabled them to do so. As soon as a man will tell the truth, we get mad. Oh my God, I can't believe you would say that. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that. So if you want to earn trust, stop going off every time that man tells you the truth. If you're with a man that you don't like right now and you go into this relationship thinking, I can change him, I can make him more compassionate, I can make him more thoughtful, I can make it, you can't. Cut it out.
It's not just scary, it's terrifying.
This is why it's more terrifying for our daughters if he's upset than our boys.
Absolutely. And it's one of the things men don't know about women is we've got ancestral memories that are then compounded by trauma TV, and in our instinctual reaction is if you're disgruntled, and frustration building, danger, raised voice. To us, you raise your voice, the next thing you do, you raise your hand. And we don't know how much you're protecting us all the time, even from your own frustration and anger. We don't know that you disarm yourself. We don't know that that's why you walk away, to settle down so you don't hurt anybody.
Yeah, that was something in your book, The Queen's Code, that you explained, you were explaining in the book something about why do men throw something when they're angry, and we're just, how could you throw something? And you're
so immature.
And then you explain it in a way that they're disarming themselves from hurting someone. And then suddenly you see it as this beautiful, protective, how amazing that is of them, that it's instinctual.
And a lot of these modern women will sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble him, straight up. Just fumble. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he did this, or he was this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly. I had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still still continue to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing.
A man who can't lead will always be frustrated by a strong woman. These men want a woman who is soft and feminine, but they fail to create a sense of safety for her. A strong woman isn't gonna follow a man she doesn't trust to lead. She's already independent, knows what she wants, and knows where she's going. For her, allowing a man into her life who can't be a protector, provider, and leader is crazy. She needs to know that if you are going to take the wheel, that you won't crash and leave her stranded. And the more chances she gives you to lead and the more you fail, the more she feels the need to step up and take control herself. And trust me, if she has to operate in her masculine energy and take charge, you won't like that version of her. That's your job as a man. Men are meant to lead. But if you're not gonna step up, you'll have to take the back seat and let her lead. And that will only last for so long before she realizes she's better off on her own.
I'm just asking as a female, do y'all men hate females? Do y'all hate us?
You know, this is annoying because I think a lot of y'all really hate y'allself, but let me just show you what I'm talking about.
Can you understand why I am so in love with the bitch who don't want to do shit for me? Who I have to beg for a house of any fucking thing all the time. I have a man who literally wants to see me. We are about to go to a 5-star fucking dinner and I don't even fucking like this man. Not even a little.
I don't think a lot of y'all like y'allself, which is why y'all always need attention and validation. And it's annoying because they'll ask questions like the first woman because of what the second woman is doing. Because y'all like to be dumb for men who don't like you. But the whole time, the man who's good to you, you wasting his time. And then y'all do that enough times to a point where a man don't want to do it no more. So he become the guy you will sit in the car and cry about, but you still not going nowhere. So it's really annoying how much women project. They always say that men don't like them. They don't like themselves. They say men hate them. They hate themselves. They say we not good to them. We don't want to be serious. They don't want to do this to themselves. They literally act like they so confused when a man don't care, but when a man care, they know how to leave for their happiness in a heartbeat. It don't even matter if they got a family. So nobody wants to hear this sad week. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
I think modern women have to start understanding that you're not really the only one out here that has anything to lose. That's what a lot of these modern women do a lot of times, is they try to say things like, well, you know, it's not good to get married because I want to have to be a slave and a servant, and they go on describing all of the things, all of the terrible things that they have to come in contact with. Mind you, the man that they're with is paying all of their bills, pretty much. The man that they're with is paying for the dates. He's paying for a lot of the things that she wants, and she's still complaining. She's still complaining about what he isn't doing, what he'll never be, what he hasn't been thus far. Just completely ungrateful. At some point in time, you have to, y'all be in the mirror looking at positive affirmations. How come there's no positive affirmation to understand how to treat a man? You love yourself. You're beautiful. You is kind. You is strong. You is pretty. You is going to be nice today. You is going to be a good person. You is going to be respectful. How come y'all don't put that on y'all's mirror? How come y'all don't put that on y'all's list of affirmations? You is not going to be a jerk.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Seriously?
What?
Flirting with her? You want her to have a good day?
I would like everybody to have a good day.
You don't ever tell me to have a good day.
Every morning, I'm supposed to have a good day.
Yeah, but you want a stranger to have a good day?
I want everybody to have a good day.
If that was a female, you want her to have a good day.
Yes, I
So
do.
you were flirting with her.
No, I'm trying to have a good day.
I just know that man is tired, but even so, he handles this perfectly. He stays very calm, cool, and collected. Even through his wife's wild accusations, he stays calm. He doesn't get triggered, which indicates to me that this is not the first time she's acted in this way. But what's also wild to me is that she films this interaction and posts it online as if people are going to be on her side. That's obviously not what happened, so hopefully she can learn from this and her husband can get a little bit of peace.
Just because
you should be wife-like before you meet a man doesn't mean that he shouldn't be husband-like before he meets you. Just because you value yourself enough to not sleep around doesn't mean that he shouldn't value himself enough to not sleep around also. My point is, sometimes you so much of a good girl that you neglect to see that he also needs to be a good man too. How many of y'all have been good women to toxic dudes? You have given your everything to a man that didn't earn it because you were more preoccupied by appearing to be a good girl to everybody else than actually being a good woman to yourself by avoiding men that don't know what the to do with a good woman. If you are a good woman, before you yoke yourself with a man, you better make sure this man has a plan. Does he know what a good woman is? Do he know how to tend, grow, and care for a good woman?
A man that truly loves and values you is also going to hold you to a higher standard and correct you. And it's not going to feel good all the time. It may hurt your feelings sometimes. And by correcting, I obviously do not mean screaming and yelling. This has to be done in a respectful way. But it is a true character trait of a leader. A man that truly loves you is not going to let you do things that are bad for you just because it makes you happy and comfortable in the moment. He sees the longer term for you and the longer term of the relationship. This is why, for example, if my husband does not want me going on a certain girls trip, I will not go. Some people call that controlling. I call it protection. So if you want a man who's really disciplined, that's also going to require you to have order and structure in your own life. If you want a man who leads, you can't fight for control all the time. What you do not want is a passive man who has no direction for the relationship and who just validates you constantly because it makes you happy and comfortable. It often doesn't feel good to be corrected because we take it as rejection, when in reality, it's love. And when you have two people in a relationship who can be completely open and honest with each other and hold each other to a higher standard, and both parties receive it well, you will grow exponentially as a person and in your relationship. A good man will correct you because he's not going to lie to you and let you ruin your life.
People will be in relationships with no dates, no traveling, no nothing, just arguing and laying down. And that's the entire itinerary. Like you ask what they did this weekend and it's like, yeah, we argued and then we went to sleep. That's not a relationship. That's a low budget podcast. It's no dinners, no memories, no pictures together anywhere outside the house. All you got is emotional debates followed by horizontal silence. And the crazy part is that they're committed to this. Years, same activities, argue, lay down, scroll on their phones, and occasionally they'll order food so that the argument can continue with better energy. And you ask them why they stay, and they're like, we've been through a lot. Yeah, I can tell. You two are each other's main source of stress. What is the point of all this? So, yeah, look, if the only hobbies in the relationship are arguing and laying down, you might just be somewhat friends with additional unnecessary tension. I don't see the utility of this in your life.
Whenever you see women happy in their marriages, the first thing that comes to your mind is to say, you will still cheat. Can't you see what you're doing to yourself? Can't you see that you are the stumbling block to your own happiness? You don't want to allow yourself to enjoy the moment. If in the future your husband decides to cheat, then we can address that and deal with that in the future. But in the moment, enjoy every minute of your marriage, every love that you get. Soak it in. Enjoy it. The devil is filling your mind with fear. And that fear is robbing you of genuine love because you are no longer creating an atmosphere, an environment where true love can flourish. You might feel like you're preparing your mind for war just so when it happens, you're not disappointed. You feel like it's a safe place to be. Unfortunately, it's not. How many years do you think you have on earth? How many years more do you think you can live? And you want to spend it fighting wars, preparing for wars. Let love lead. Let love lead.
Most men cannot be respected because they are afraid of rejection, and even just saying hello. Afraid of putting women in their place, as in dominating the woman. Telling a woman to be quiet when she gets out of line. Not going to lie, when a man has told me to be quiet or stop with the attitude, I find that very attractive. especially because I've been in my masculine energy. I need a man that is going to dominate me. So I can just be like, yes, sir.
Often guys, men, they have two methods of initiation. Either the boob honk or the butt grab, right? The brush up against, right? Or the joking kind of, so are we doing this tonight or what? And they do it in a way that if they're shut down, or if tonight's not a good night, or if they, grab their wife's butt while they're walking through the kitchen or whatever, and she swats it away and she goes, stop, right? We feel like we have this out. Oh, I was just playing. And what we're really trying to avoid there is the sense and feeling of rejection. Because when I walk up and say, I want to be with you tonight, and she says, I'm too tired. For most men, that hurts so deeply, because what we're really saying is, do you want me? Do you like me? Do you like being with me? Right?
Yeah.
And so we have all these games. We do all this maneuvering, this kind of sideways stuff. And A, it's a total turnoff. And B, we feel like it's protecting us, but it's not. And so, like, challenge number one is, let's commit to stop trying to make this all a game. And what that means is, the next challenge is, commit to just saying what you want.
My fear of divorce is greater than my desire to get married.
God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, love, and self-control.
Jesus wasn't married.
Bro, son, come on. What's your point? Now, why did you say it?
We weaponize marriage too.
No, hold on. No. Stop. Just from our brief conversation, you got to learn more of his word. That's how Satan is able to deceive us. The issue isn't, son, that you lack discipline. You've shown that. You're here now. You got discipline. You got self-control. Look at all you've accomplished. What you lacking is the self-love piece. Things have happened in your life that triggered what's happening now. The Super Bowl, for instance, which I, again, salute you for being transparent. Everyone can talk about, why didn't he jump on the ball? I ain't never been in that position. Millions of people watching. Ball gets knocked out of my hand. Just that moment of hesitation. Like I teach in fighting, self-defense. The guy has a knife. This moment of this will get you. You gotta respond. That's high pressure. But I share all of that to say, brother, every man has the ball knocked out of their hand sometime. And we hesitate to dive on it. If you haven't really unpacked that, like really, it will morph into other areas in your life where you hesitate.
Well, there's a myth that it's a man's job to put a woman into her softness and into her femininity. And I don't believe that. I think that's actually quite entitled to say that it's a man's job to fully make me feel feminine. You can be feminine on your own as a woman, just like a man can be masculine on his own. He doesn't need a woman to make him feel masculine. Therefore, a woman doesn't need a man to make her feel feminine. You say this all the time, like, I want women to work out of passion and desire, not out of survival and need. And that passion of theirs could make them a lot of money. And so if they can find that career that they're passionate about, that they actually desire, and they're making money from it, I think it's very easy to also be feminine in your career. A lot of that comes from the art of surrender. And I'll be honest, like, my relationship with God has 100% helped me become more feminine because I am surrendered to him every single day. Like, God, it's your will, it's not my own. And if women are constantly in control of their lives or they're constantly in survival mode, it's much harder to be feminine if you feel like you're the God of your own life. But if you have that relationship with Christ and he's leading you and you're surrendered to him, it's much easier to tap into your femininity.
You know, you have a lot of these modern women that say they've done the inner work, they've done the healing, they've gotten control of their emotions, and they have emotional intelligence. But upon further review, and the further review is not asking what their cousins think, not asking what mama or daddy think, watching them and observing them, then you see that they're not as in control of their emotions as they led you to believe. with their words. They are not as emotionally intelligent. They're not as emotionally mature as they would have you believe. Right? A lot of modern women say a lot of things, but they are not that. That's something that they want to be, but they're not that. I want a man that communicates effectively. There was one woman saying that she wanted all of that, and then turned right around and said, I'm not that person. So, and not only did they say, well, that's not me, they displayed, that's not who I am. Okay, so if you know that's not who you are, then, well, I do understand you wanting somebody that's everybody wants $1 million, right? But how are you going to keep that type of person? Does that make any sense? How you're talking about what you want and all of the things that, but when you get it, how are you going to keep it? I heard a businessman say that actually just recently. A lot of these people, they want the money. Getting the money is easy. It's easy to get the money. What are you going to do with it when you get it? And we can take that same concept and apply it to a lot of these ladies out here. Getting a man for you is easy. How are you going to keep that man? Well, he ain't doing nothing that make me want to keep him. When you get the man that you want, a lot of you want a good man. A lot of you want a provider man. A lot of you want an alpha man, a strong, a masculine man. When you get that man, what are you going to do to keep him? How are you going to invest in him? What things are you going to say to speak life into him to where he says, I can keep on going. Okay, I'm willing to go a little bit further. I can do more. We don't have a lot of women out there that can do that type of stuff, right? And so that's what men are seeing. That's what men are backing off of. That's why men are going in a different direction. As modern women say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And then the longer you watch them, no, you're not that at all, actually.